Prologue to Shakespeare Songbook. Ah. My interest in Shakespeare and music dates back to a very long way. I grew up 40 miles from the Stratford Festival in Ontario, attending several plays every summer. Through my youth, as my awareness of music from earlier periods grew, I began to wonder about the songs I heard in the productions. Not everybody is interested in using historical music, of course. Indeed, many music directors for Shakespeare companies today are themselves composers, and the music they like best is not surprisingly their own. In any case, as I learned long ago, not much of the music that we know from Shakespeare's plays is original. For example, the 70 numbered listings in Peter Seng's authoritative study of the vocal songs in the plays of Shakespeare, while over half state the original music is not known, cannot be known for certain, has not survived, has not been discovered, or does not exist. Most of the remainder, about a third of the total, comprise a portion of the ballads presented in this book, although there are a few formal songs, woot airs as they are sometimes called, that may survive in something like their original form. Thomas Morley's "It Was a Lover in His Lass." From As You Like It, Johnson's "Get You Hence," from The Winter's Tale, and his "Hark, Hark, the Lark" from Cymbeline. His full Phantom 5, where the Fly Sucks from The Tempest. But these are problems with attribution and dating in every one of Johnson's works, leaving us with precious little secure knowledge about Shakespeare's original songs. As a result, this book may not be what you think it is. It is not the songbook. What? It is not a songbook? Recently found that once belonged to the playwright William Shakespeare. Unfortunately, no such document has come to light, nor is likely ever to do so. Instead, this is a collection of well over 100 songs that Shakespeare seems certain to have known because he inserts them, quotes them, or simply alludes to them in his works. Roughly half are ballads or narrative songs, while other prominent categories include love songs, drinking songs, rounds, if Shakespeare had collected them all together in a kind of scrapbook or commonplace book, as Leesons would have called it, much as Jane Austen did with her favorite music 2 centuries or later. This is what Shakespeare's book might have looked like. It was only after his repertoire of quoted and cited songs was almost entirely assembled that I realized that it might also hold the key to his missing music. Those 3 dozen recognized songs without surviving tunes. Before explaining that remark, it is necessary to set the stage for the incidental songs that were the initial focus of this study. Shakespeare and popular music. Some of Shakespeare's songs allusions have been recognized for a long time, and are among the 20-odd ballads listed in Seng's book. In the second part of Henry IV. For example, Falstaff says, "When Arthur first in court emptied the Jordan and was a worthy king, how now, Mistress Doll." The authors have long recognized that he is interspersing his commands and questions in lines from a ballad entitled "The Noble Axe Newly Found" of Arthur of the Round Table, which begins, "When Arthur first in court began and was approved king, by force of arms great victories won and conquests home did bring." Falstaff states the first line and switches to a common command, "Empty the Jordan." Jordan is a chamber pot, returns to a remembered second line of the ballad and finally breaks off to address Mistress Dow. My first task for Shakespeare Songbook was to document all such recognized quotations from songs. First, the complete text from each, determine if its melody was known to exist. Examples of this type include Come over the burn, Bessie, there dwell a man in Babylon, Jephthah, judge of Israel, the 12th day of December. As I quickly discovered, however, not all song references in the plays are documented. Quotes of a line or two from a song, spoken or perhaps sung by a character. Instead, sometimes the name of a character is itself sufficient to make a connection with one of these songs. Sometimes only the title of the tune is cited, inviting the audience to make a connection between the scene of the play and some popular ballad set to that tune. Such a connection may seem tenuous, but it is important to remember that everyone knew the tune titles. Printed ballads were issued on broadsides in single sheets of paper printed on one side. In almost no case does the music appear on the page. Indeed, the title of the ballad is followed by, quote, to the tune of G. Greensleeves, or some such director. The tunes and their titles were so well known that it is not necessary to use precious space on the broadside to print the music. The tunes, furthermore, were the music currency of the stage. Jigs, which were the half-time shows of Elizabethan theater, farcical song, and dance playlets in which the entire dialogue was sung to one or more ballad tunes. There is no question that Shakespeare's audience, from the lowest groundling to the highest noble, to these tunes and the ballads that were set to them. What then for us may seem like obscure allusions were for them clear, obvious references to universally recognized artifacts of popular culture. One humorous window into that familiarity comes in the following passage from Tom Kesey's play Lingua, published in 1607. Common sense. Memory. Do you hear the harmony of the spheres? Memory. No, not now, my lord, but I remember some 4,000 years ago when the sky was first made, we heard very perfectly Animasus. By the same token, the first tune, the planets. Page to memoria. We'll play to. By the same token, the first tune the planets played was So Thunders Round in memory, whereof ever since it hath been called the beginning of the world. Common sense. How come we hear it not now? Memoria. Our ears are so well acquainted with the sound that we never mark it. The implication is that the tunes such as The Lender's Round were so familiar that, like music, they faded into the background. So why does Shakespeare cite these popular songs in his plays? I contend that there is frequently some extra layer of meaning or expectation created for his audience through the use of these references. Most should be evident from the quotations that are given with the songs below, but a few examples will help to illustrate the point. In The Winter's Tale, a character says, "Beneath Rogerio." This is Shakespeare's only naming of the gentleman. In fact, his only use of the name or word Rogerio in this entire opera. Our answer to the question draws attention to the fact that Rogerio is a ballad tune. Nothing but bonfires, the oracle is fulfilled, the king's daughter is found, such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that ballad makers cannot be able to express it. It happens that there is a ballad set to Rogerio about an irrationally jealous husband who ultimately kills his innocent wife and his disposed lover. There are clear parallels between this and the plot of A Winter's Tale at this point. In the play, Leonetta's unfounded jealousy has already created a desperate situation, reminding the audience of the ballad before the resolution of the difficulties would surely invite them to expect an unhappy end to the play, in parallel with the ballad. Stopping there. Let's see. Right here. Stopping on page 18 of the prologue. Where's that pencil? Anyways, I was reading the introduction to the Shakespeare Songs book by Ross Duffin. That's what it looks like. A bunch of scenes. Robin Hood. Prologue of Shakespeare Songbook.